Dí of Carda, Bavalom Lewert Free Nahishmahori let the whole. Hello everyone. I would like to speak to the parents, please. So something that I've been hearing a lot when I'm going around to the doors, when I'm, Jesus, that was a bit sorry. I've been hearing a lot from people is that they think that the SPHE program, the very perverted, woke ideologies that it contains, people are misled that this is only a secondary school curriculum. This is not the case. This is in primary schools, 1,000,000%. Now, I have advised a lot of people to look it up. I want no part of it. I don't think it should be anywhere near children. And I know a lot of parents feel the same. Now, it has come to light that there are quite a few teachers that are being forced to teach it that also think the same. One lady has done an interview with Grip, which I'm going to show you some screenshots from. It's a bullying tactic that's being played with these teachers. They're afraid to look like this, or the next ones to be called out in social media, or to face litigation because they're not pushing the woke agenda. And they've all seen what happened to Enoch Burke, a man who says he has a duty to his students, a duty to look after them. Now, we've been rolled over on quite a few things here in Era. Surely our children's innocence is a step too far. I'm going to show you what is said, and I would urge all parents to do further research on this subject. Okay, so just for reference, right, this is on gript.ie if anyone wants to look it up. Like many other SPHE teachers, I feel concerns regarding the potentially harmful material that would come from the new curriculum have been ignored. Worse still, like many other experienced SPHE teachers who only want the best for their pupils, I have felt bullied, sidelined and treated with contempt. I know that thousands of parents whose opinions and concerns were also ignored by the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment, NCCA, feel the same. It is extraordinary that the views of the primary carers of Irish children were dismissed in this way. It's horrifying to think that the ideology behind gender self-ID legislation has trickled down to children as young as 8, looking to change their names and pronouns in school when all they should be interested in is playing with their peers. The fallout has seen the number of students coming to our doors for counselling increase exponentially, many in extreme states of confusion and despair. What they are not being told is that this confusion and mixed feelings are a normal part of puberty, and that rushing to change their gender can lead to more rather than less of these feelings. Neither are they being told that, according to experts, for a majority of young children presenting with gender incongruence, this resolves through puberty. In other words, most children grow out of it. They present gender ideology as scientific fact, with scientific diagrams and explanations rather than as the belief system that it is. Sex is described as assigned rather than the biological truth. Terminology such as cisgender, non-binary, genderqueer, gender fluid, and pansexual were all removed from the glossary for the final specification have been left in the books. Sexual acts such as masturbation, anal and oral sex, as sexually pleasurable experiences to be enjoyed alone and with others are described graphically, while an inclusive school is given the following narrow definition: a school where lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender and questioning young people, along with people of other identities, are all valued and feel safe. School leaders are terrified of becoming the next media story for non-inclusive schools, and at the end of the day are afraid of both litigation and PR damage for their institution. Hence what we see is schools pandering to the requests of parents and students and redirecting teachers and students to change names and pronouns of these students on roll books, etc. Accommodations are being made to allow these students to use single-sex toilets where other students' rights and feelings are being ignored. In many cases, these students are receiving preferential treatment, such as access to single rooms on school trips. And you could pause this to have a look at it. This is a page from the book. It seems to me that the one or two seems to be getting the preferential treatment. I mean, is there any consideration given to the rights or feelings of the children that don't want to share a bathroom with somebody of the opposite gender, somebody of the opposite sex? Why should they be forced into that? Why should teachers be bullied into teaching something that they don't believe? I mean, you may as well be going to a math teacher and telling him, you have to tell your kids now, 2 plus 2 is 13. How can you teach something you don't believe? What about the kids who are on a team that there's somebody of the opposite sex playing against them, and that person is characteristically physically stronger in a physical game? Is that fair? Should that student's rights be ignored? The bottom line is that children go through so many changes and so many different thoughts. One day they're this, one day they're that. Now they're under pressure to label themselves as something. And especially kids that are having a hard time or are being bullied or are trying to look for somewhere to fit in, they may latch onto that, and it may cause problems for them, serious problems for them. Now, it is up to parents, educators, and people everywhere to stand up against this madness, this woke ideology that is absolutely coursing through the world.